Hey guys, Steve here, callsign W0KNI. Today I thought we'd step away from ham radio for a bit, and with the nice weather showing up, I thought it'd be a good time to freshen up the airplanes and get things ready for some nice weather. In today's video, we're gonna unbox and build the HobbyKing Extreme 3D airplane. This is designed by Michael Wargo, who's a 3D pilot and pilot for HobbyKing. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video. So the first thing we're going to do is put on the stabilizer. And your elevator fits right in like this. Try that. Make sure it's going to fit okay before we apply any glue. In this case I'm using hot glue. It's a little easier to work with, especially when you want to replace some broken parts. The kit comes with this little piece here. And it was kind of confusing at first because it comes with this attached to it, and I'm pretty sure that that gets cut off. The idea behind this is more structural stability. So I think I'm going to cut that piece off. The rudder has 3 hinges. You can see here it got some holes in it. That way the glue kind of gets a little bit better grip. Make sure everything fits in there ahead of time before we apply our glue, so we know what we're getting into. And you can see it fits in there quite nicely. And what I like to do is just kind of pull these out as far as you can get away with without the rudder actually falling off. And then what I'll do is apply hot glue on those surfaces and then slide it back in. So let's go ahead and do that. Won't take much. You don't want to mess around too long. Hot glue will get pretty sticky pretty fast. Okay, there's that. Everything looks nice and plumb. Boy, that's so much surface area. That's incredible. This is going to be fun. So here's the plane upside down. And you can see the slot that we're going to cure that tail wheel with. Now the rudder piece is going to have this tail wheel and a little white piece that will go down into the tail of the fuselage along with 2 screws to help you secure your tail wheel. So let's go ahead and do that now. It looks like this guy is going to be right about here. And I don't see a plastic hole. It looks like we have to make one. That might be the reason for this cut on the plastic sleeves, to help you drive in a hole. Kind of looks like it's right there. Okay, let's secure that tail wheel with some screws. So what I discovered is the preset screw holes are not lined up. So we'll just make it happen. Okay, with the rear tail wheel secure, elevator secure, and rudder secure. Now let's put on some wheels. When you get to installing your wheel strut or wheel spars, the screws to attach that spar are already locked into the fuselage. So you'll need a screwdriver to remove those and then apply your front wheel spar. And then along with that little tiny nut, tiny little screw here, it's going to keep that wheel from rocking. We're just going to cover that up. Okay, on to the next one. And one thing I suggest is dab some glue on that nut, kind of secure that, keep it from coming loose quite so easy. These attach to the servos and then get connected to the surface control horns of both the rudder and elevator. One thing I noticed is the hole for the servo rod, connecting rod, is really tight. Working with it over here already attached is kind of a struggle. So I suggest you just unscrew that, and that way you can work with it easier and get that in there. Once you get that hole kind of honed out there, you can see, you can get that fitted in there good. Once you get that connected, then just reattach that servo arm to your servo, screw it down, and you should be good to go. And now I'm going to take the nut, or the bolt, nut, and 2 washers, or get the linkage connected to the rudder horn. And everybody should have some Loctite available for this kind of thing. Put a little dab there. Okay, one down, one to go. And again, I've taken the servo horn off so that I can work with this linkage a little bit better. Okay, next up, let's put on that propeller. got the backing plate to our nose cone already there. First time that hits the ground, that's gonna be gone. Okay, things are looking good. We've got our elevators on. We have a rudder on, the tail wheel, also the front wheels and strut, the covers. So now it's time to put on the wings. We're going to use the carbon fiber rod here. I'm sure there's a name for it. Make the wings rigid. We'll then secure the wings with the included plastic screws. Okay, we're on our home stretch here. I've inserted the what appears to be kind of a carbon fiber rod. It's hollow, very lightweight, and that's stabilize our wings. And this model is designed to have the wings removed, so then it's pretty easy to transport. We'll slide this thing on here and guide our aileron wires. There we go. These connectors, and the hole is lining up good. The plastic screw started threading right away. Since I won't be flying today, of course we have electronics to add, but in essence, that is your airplane. Okay, so there you go. We've unboxed and built the H-King Wargo MX2 from HobbyKing. It's a 1.2 meter wingspan, pretty powerful motor. I still have to add the receiver and connect that all up, which we'll do next. Okay, time to set up our electronics. This is a Spektrum AR610. This is a non-safe mode receiver. Simple, plain, good performance. And for the transmitter, I'm using a Jumper T16. This is like version 2. It does pretty good. So we have our throttle, so I'll add that right here. And we have our aileron. And that is it. Let that hang out there. Grab a battery. Turn on our radio. So that thing was ready to come out of my hands with only 75% throttle. So that's pretty cool. A lot of thrust. Hey guys, okay, that pretty much wraps it up. Hope you've enjoyed the unboxing and building of the H-King Wargo 3D MX2 acrobatic airplane. I'm really looking forward to getting this out as soon as I can, as soon as we get some good weather. And hope you've enjoyed the video. Till then, W0K and I clear.